Atmakam Vachina welcoming home. I would like to read the 10 offenses of holy name, which are to be avoided. Written by SRIMAD, Deva and Thakur. And to blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their lives with the propaganda and holy name of the Lord. To consider the name of demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal to or independent of the name of the Lord Vishnu. 3. To develop the order of spiritual master. 4. To blaspheme the Vedic scriptures or scriptures in version. 5. To consider glories of chanting Hare Krishna at the wedding direction. 6. To give some interpretation of the holy name of the Lord. 7. To commit sinful activities and strength of the holy name. 8. To consider chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in Veda as booty activities karma kanda. 9. To instruct a patron's person in the glories of the holy name. 10. To not have faith in the starting of the holy name and to maintain material attachment even after understanding the holy instruction. The monster appears to be independent. We devoted to practical Vaishnava God against this Vaishnava. To achieve the results of the Krishna. Once again, I thank you for today. We are no more happy.
हरे कृष्ण पद्मा माता जी दंडवत प्रणाम शिला प्रभुपाद की जय गुरु महाराज की जय प्रीति दासी फ्रॉम शार्लोट हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna, Preeti Mataji, please accept my humble obeisance to all Krishna. Thank you very much for joining the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna Padma Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from College Station, Texas. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Mataji, please accept my humble obeisance. All glories to Prabhupada. Thank you very much for joining the call, Mataji, and thank you for wonderful. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Haridas from Chicago. Hare Krishna.
Krishna Haridas Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisance. All glories to Prabhupada. Thank you very much for joining the call, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Padma Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. My humble obeisances to all the assembled devotees, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Sundarangi Radha Devidasi from India. Hare Krishna. Thank you,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna, Sundarangi Mataji, please accept my humble obeisance. All glories to Prabhupada. Thank you very much for joining the call, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Padma Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj. This is Shamagari Devidasi from Charlotte. Nice to see you, Mataji.
Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Prabhupada. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you for wonderful
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah, Mataji, your volume is pretty low, Mataji, Padma Mataji. Your voice is low.
I have my headset, I forgot. How about it now, Mataji?
Now it is perfect, Mataji.
Sorry, I put the headset, I forgot to put that. Sorry about that.
That's okay, Mataji. Now it is good.
So, Hare Krishna, please go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hare
Mataji,
Krishna Padma Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharajis. My humble obeisances to you and all the devotees. This is Krishna Kumari Devidasi from Raleigh. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Kumari Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much for joining the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Nita Mataji, I don't see Suresham Prabhuji. Can I have some introduction so that I can read? In case if I have to read. I'm okay. Hare Krishna.
Is it ready, Mataji, or shall I send you?
Can you please, Mataji, if you don't mind?
Okay, Mataji, I can send. In the group, I will send it, Mataji.
Sure, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. Very good.
Yeah, I don't know. Last week also he did not come, right? We have to text him.
Yeah.
I will text him.
Yeah, I think I read the introduction last time also.
Yeah, last time also you only read, Mataji. I will text him and see what's happening.
Actually, I saw him after the thing. I think I remember seeing him after after I read.
Oh, maybe he joined little late.
Little late or something,
Yeah.
or maybe by the time I already did not see him unread or something like that. But that's okay, Mataji, that's fine.
Yeah. Because usually the Prabhuji messages if he does not come.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a minute, Mataji. I found it. I'm sending it.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna. You have always on the tips, Mataji. Somehow I have to learn.
Nothing like that, Mataji. You are all good. I am only little bit slow. I have to learn.
Hare Krishna, Mata Vaidehi Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. Dear devotees, if you'd like to introduce yourself, anybody, please go ahead, introduce yourself. We have some time.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam to you and all Vaishnava. Srila Prabhupada Tilagurudev Tinda.
Hare Krishna, Vrinda Gupta Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for joining the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Padma Mataji, Dandavat Pranam to you and all the devotees. All glories to Guru Vada, all glories to Guru Maharaj. All glories to Ashram devotee. This is Mohini Lakshmi from Detroit.
Hare Krishna, Mohini Lakshmi Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much for joining the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Prabhu joined yet. Mataji, should I go ahead with introduction or should we wait for Mataji? It is 7:20.
Yeah. I will start the recording, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Let's go to our next part of the session. Today we are fortunate to have His Grace Haridas Thakur Das Prabhuji for enlightening on the topic of SRIMAD BHAGAVATAM, 8th Canto, 7th Chapter, 45 and 46 verses. Before handovering the call, I would like to read Prabhuji's brief introduction. His Grace Haridas Thakur Prabhuji is an engineering graduate currently serving as a vice president at a Swedish multinational company. With 20 years of corporate experience, Prabhuji has been practicing Krishna consciousness for the past 22 years and is a disciple of His Holiness Loknath Maharaj. Regularly conducts Bhagavata Katha Saptas and serves as a Bhakti Shastri teacher. Hare Krishna Mataji, and let me see if Prabhuji joined.
Yeah, we can continue chanting, Mataji.
Yeah, sure.
Join.
Yeah, sure, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Prabhuji is there,
Krishna
Mataji.
Krishna,
Prabhuji join.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila
Hare Krishna
Prabhupada.
Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you
Please
so
accept.
much, Prabhuji, for giving your valuable time and association this morning for enlightening us in the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam, 8th Canto, 7th chapter, 45 and 46 verses, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. My Dandavat
Why,
pranams to
please?
you. Please take over
Please.
the call whenever you are ready, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Okay. I'm ready, Mataji. Can I
Yeah,
be
you
allowed
can.
to share my screen?
Sure,
Yeah,
Prabhu.
you can share
Yeah,
your.
yeah, already given, Prabhu.
Okay. I hope my screen is visible, Mataji.
Yeah, not yet, Prabhu. It's loading.
Can you see the verse displayed, Mataji, on my screen?
Not yet,
not.
Prabhuji. It is loading, I guess. It is taking couple, maybe due to the internet. I don't know. Do you want to stop once and reshare again? Then that might help you. Or now
Let
we
me do
can
it.
see that. Now we can see that.
Okay. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Krishnaya Vasudevaya. Devaki Nandanaya Cha. Nandagopakumaraya. Govindaya Namo Namaha. Narayanam Namaskritya. Naram Chayeva Narottamam. Devim Saraswatim Vyasam. Tato Jayam Udire. Nasya Prayeshu Bhadreshu. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Bhagavati Uttam Sloke. Bhaktir Bhavati Nastiki. My humble obeisances. The words to be taken are 8, 7, 45 and 46. Last two verses of 7th chapter. Okay, so I'm doing this. Nishamya karma tatsambho eva devasya mirusa praja dakshayani brahma vaikuntasa sasansare. Nishamya karma tatsambho eva devasya mirusa praja dakshayani brahma vaikuntasa sasansare. Nishamya karma tatsambho devadevasya miruso Prajadakshiणी Brahma Vaikunthansa Sasamsare. If some devotees want, they can recite it now.
विषम्य कर्म तच्छम्भो देवदेवस्य मीडुषः प्रजादाक्षायणी ब्रह्मा वैकुण्ठश्च शशंसिरे.
निसम्य कर्मस्तच्छम्भार् देवदेवस्य मिदुषः प्रजा दाक्षायणी ब्रह्मा वैकुण्ठश्च ससंसरैर्.
Hare Krishna. Nisamya karma tat sambho devadevasya midusaha prajadaksha yani brahma vaikunthascha sasamsire. Hare Krishna.
निसम्य कर्म तत्सम्भो देवदेवस्य मीढुषः प्रजा दाक्षायणी ब्रह्मा वैकुण्ठश्च ससंसिरे. हरि ओम्.
Word by word meaning. Nishamya, that is after hearing. Karma, the act. Tat, that. Sambho, of Lord Shiva. Devadevasya, who is worshipable even for the demigods. Vidusa, he who bestows great benedictions upon people in general. Rija, the people in general. Dakshayani, Bhavani, the daughter of Daksha. Brahma, Lord Brahma. Vaikuntha, Lord Vishnu also. Sasamsri, praised very much. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Bhakti Swami Srila Prabhupada. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Upon hearing of this act, everyone, including Bhavani, the daughter of Maharaj Daksha, Lord Brahma, Lord Vishnu, and the people in general, very highly praise this deed performed by Lord Shiva, who is worshipped by the demigods and who bestows benedictions upon the people. I will read 46th verse also. Prasakannam pivata paneryat kinchit jagrahu isma tata vrashyik ahe beshosadhyo dandasukastaye apare. Scorpions, cobras, poisonous drugs, and other animals whose bites are poisonous took the opportunity to drink whatever little poison had fallen and scattered from Lord Shiva's hand while he was drinking. Upward. Mosquitoes, jackals, dogs, and other varieties of Dandasuka, or animals whose bites are poisonous, drank the poison of the Samudramanthan, the churned ocean, since it was available after it fell from the palms of Lord Shiva. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana चक्षुर्नमीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितान् हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधा कान्त नमस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरि वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभिश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारणं परमानन्दमाधवम् श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरम् नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे. So here this chapter talks about how Lord Shiva drank the poison that was the first item produced by churning of the milk ocean, and how Lord Shiva thus, saved the whole world from the devastation. Let's go a little back how this all happened, and then we come to the on this verse for discussion further. Once Indra was, passing on his elephant, and he came across to meet Durvasa Rishi. Indra offered his obeisances unto Durvasa Rishi, and please Durvasa Rishi gave him a garland, which he was wearing. So this garland, which Durvasa Rishi gave to Indra, instead of he wearing it, he just put it on the head of his elephant, Indra. And in front of Durvasa Rishi, Aravat, the elephant of Indra, he took the garland and crushed with his feet. So Durvasa Rishi took it as an offense. That a garland that was in my, I was wearing, and the same garland has been so disreputed that it is being crushed, by the elephant, a animal. eh? This is a big dishonor to me. And Durvasa Rishi, as he is known for his anger, so he cursed, Indra. The result was that Indra, in a big battle with the, Asuras, he lost his kingdom of Given. He lost his kingdom, and thereafter the demigods, along with, they approached Brahma, and Brahma took them to the ocean. I mean, near Sagar, and Brahma prayed to Lord Vishnu for some way by which the problems of the demigods could be solved, because the demigods have been deprived of their, kingdom now. So the Lord very carefully spoke, and Lord said that you, Brahma, Shiva, and other demigods, hear it very carefully what I am going to tell you. Though Lord was in a position to solve the problem of the demigods, but the Lord wanted to enjoy, the churning of the ocean. And therefore, Lord suggested the demigods through Brahma that they should, till the time they are not powerful, they should become friendly to the Asuras. Lord told them, Aryohyap Sandhya, Satyakar Arth Gaurve, Ahe Musik Bat Deva, He Arthas Padvim Gatai. For the purpose of a bigger task, a person should become friendly even to his enemies. Just like a snake and a mouse became friendly. What happened? There's a story that the snake and the mouse, they were caged together. And as we know, the mouse can cut the cage, but the snake cannot. So the snake knew very well that if I eat this mouse right now, I will remain encaged. So he became friendly to the mouse. And he told mouse that I will not eat you. You just cut this, the case, and both of you will be freed from this thing. So mouse not knowing what was the trick of snake, he cut the, case, and the snake was freed. And before getting out of this, he immediately, swallowed the mouse also. So I means snake, and musik means mouse. I musik bat deva, he arthas padvim gatai. So Lord advised them, just like a snake became friendly to the mouse, you should also become friendly to the asuras till the time you are not in a position to kill them or to defeat them or to conquer them. So this was what Lord told him. Pitama Bhisma also had advised the same thing to Yudhishthir. When he was about to leave his life, Pitama spoke on various religions. And when he was speaking about Raj Dharma, there Pitama Bhisma is preaching Yudhishthir Maharaj in presence of Krishna that when you encounter a very powerful enemy, instead of encountering or fighting directly, just become, friendly to him. Become friendly, and till the time you are not in a position to conquer him. So that was what advised by Pitama Bhisma also to Yudhishthir Maharaj. The same thing Lord is advising here to the demigods. And the Lord is further telling that Yuyam tat anmodadam yat ikshant asura nasarambhanir siddhyanti sarvartha santya yatha. Very nice principles in this verse also. Yuyam tat anmodam. You demigods agree or approve whatever the asuras want. Because nasarambhanir siddhyanti sarvartha santya yatha. Why anger or why fight? Very, very difficult tasks cannot be solved, while they can be solved by peaceful ways. Peaceful means the fight is not the ultimate solution. And by peaceful means, one can, find solution to so many problems. And see in this verse, Yuyam tat anmodhuddham. Yuyam, one you demigods. Look at the beauty of the Sanskrit language. In Sanskrit language also, Yuyam word means you. What it means in English. Actually, Sanskrit language is said to be the mother of all languages. All languages. Because here you see a commonness of one word. You means you in English. And Yuyam has the same meaning. What you has the same meaning in English, So why it happens? If you come across various languages in India, the closest language to Sanskrit is Hindi. And actually, the heartland of all the Vedic culture and where Lord incarnates is actually the Hindi heartland in India. And then when we go to other languages like, let's say, Marathi, or let's say Gujarati, let's say Tamil, let's say Kannada, or let's say, Bengali, Bangla, and other languages. So there is, closeness, but not as much as in Hindi. But then even when we go in other languages, even Russian, there are some words which are very similar or close or resembling to some words in Sanskrit. And as we find here in English also. This proves that actually Sanskrit is the mother of all languages because Sanskrit is said to be the Devabani. Devabani. It is the language in which the demigods speak to each other. Priorly, Sanskrit was actually part of curriculum in India at least. For example, it was a compulsory subject till some time back. So it actually is the language in which the Lord also spoke Bhagavad Gita, and the Vedic scriptures have been written in Sanskrit, and it is said to be the perfect language. Sanskrit is said to be the perfect language. Why perfect? Like Rama killed Ravana. Now if I, substitute Rama and Ravan in this sentence, the meaning becomes opposite in English. What? If I speak the same thing in Sanskrit, Rama Ravanam Hata. Meaning is Rama killed Ravan. Now if I say Ravanam Rama Hata, meaning is same. What? Rama killed Ravan. Now I again, just exchange the position of the words in this sentence. Hata Rama Ravanam. Same meaning. And again I change it. Hata Rama Ravanam. Hata Ravanam Rama. So Rama Ravanam Hata. Ravanam Rama Hata. Hata Rama Ravanam. Hata Ravanam Rama. I have just made all permutations, combinations, and the meaning is the same. So therefore, grammatically, it is because of the grammar. The grammar of Sanskrit is perfect in itself. And this is what people are thinking, that Sanskrit should be made the language of the computers because it's perfect language. So this is the beauty of Sanskrit, So somehow or other way, whatever, endeavors we can put, we should try to learn Sanskrit also. So Lord is saying, Yuyam tat anmodadam. You demigods should approve or agree to whatever the, Asuras is saying right now, because not by fight, not by anger, difficult problems or situations can be solved. It can be solved by peaceful means. And they were so. So what you do, you reach to the Asuras or demons with a proposal to churn the milk ocean. You make the Mandar mountain as the, churning rod, and the snake Vasuki as the churning rope, and put some, medicinal herbs in the milk ocean, and then churn it. The first item that will come out will be the poison. Do not become fearful when you see the poison. There will be solution to this also, Lord tells. And do not become too greedy also for certain things that will come at that time. At the last will be the last item will be the nectar to come out, and there I will take charge of this, how to distribute it. So see, this was the one way that Lord was telling how to trick the demons here, because demons were powerful. We see in the fight also. In the fight, when the adversary is very powerful and he, sometimes makes a very powerful, punch, then the hero, he has to, save himself, protect himself, trick him, not take it on his, head. And then, somehow or other way, reduce his strength. When Lord, killed a Kubalya elephant before entering Kan's, stadium of fight, Lord actually first reduced the strength of Kubalya by tricking him. Similar act was done by the Lord when he conquered the Kalya snake. Lord first reduced his strength by tricking him. So when the adversary or enemy is very powerful, he should be tricked. He should be tricked. So what happened? Demigods approached the demons with this proposal and they immediately agreed. Bali Maharaj, who was, heading the demons, they immediately agreed. Oh, very nice proposal. Yes, we should, churn the ocean, milk ocean, and we should take, we should take the nectar and we should become immortal. Nothing bad in this. Very nice proposal. We will do it. So both of them went and they went to Mandar mountain. And the demigods and the demons, they pulled the Mandar mountain, which was very, very heavy, and they started carrying it to the milk ocean. And in the process, the Mandar mountain was very, very heavy. So some of the demons and the demigods, they get crushed by the weight of the Mandar. Some of them, they got very badly injured and they were hospitalized. And frustrated in their efforts, they approached the Lord. Then Lord sent, Garuna. And Garuna then took the Mandar on his back. And Lord told Garuna that immediately after putting the Mandar mountain in the milk ocean, you disappear from there, because otherwise the snake Basuki will not come there, because he is fearful of Garuna. So this Mandar mountain was brought and somehow it was put in the ocean, and Garuna immediately left from there. And then Basuki was to be used as a rope. And now Lord also had hinted at them, how to reduce the strength of the adversary. Basuki is a very powerful snake, and if demigods are going to hold the hood of the Basuki snake, then when they are going to churn it, it's going to release a lot of poison, and out of fumes of poison, these demigods will become more and more weakened. So Lord advised them, do not hold the hood of the Basuki snake. What you do? You do one thing. You first propose to the demons that I will hold the, head of the Vasuki serpent, because we are superior to you. You say like this, that we are demigod, and we will I will we will hold the head of the Vasuki, snake. So the demigods approached and they proposed, and they said, see, everything was all right, but we will hold the head of the Vasuki snake, because we are demigods, we are superior to you. Infuriated over this, the demon said, nectar or no nectar, milking or churning or no churning, let it be so. But we cannot accept the fact or that you are superior to us. We are, sons of Kashyap Muni, and our mothers, they are real sisters. How you can be superior than us? And right now we are ruling over the kingdom of, heaven. So how do you say that you are superior to us? We cannot hold the tail of the snake. Eh? From where he releases so much of, excreta, all this. So we cannot hold. We cannot agree to this proposal. So anyway, demigods were somehow trying to trick the, demons, and they said, okay, no problem. You can hold, the head of the snake for the time being. We want this, ocean to be churned somehow, and we want the nature. So for this great task, we will compromise. Though we are superior, but anyway, if you think you are superior, no problem. So this is how the first trick was given to the demons. Why? Because now when the churning will occur, so what will happen? There will be so many fumes, poisonous fumes from the Basuki snake. And these demons, they will be weakened gradually in their energy, in their power, in their valor, in their prowess. Now what happened? As soon as the churning began, the mountain Mandar, having no ways, it sank in the ocean. And the frustrated demigods and the demons, they again approached the Lord. And they said, Lord, we are frustrated. All our efforts have gone waste. First of all, when we were bringing this Mandar mountain, it was so heavy, some of us, got injured badly. They are being, cured or treated in the hospital. And now, by your mercy, somehow the Garuna, you brought it, this uh, Mandar into the ocean. Now the Mandar mountain has, sank. What to do now? Lord said, okay, you go back. I will find a solution. And by the time these demons and demigods, they came back, Lord took the form of a tortoise. Keshav Dhrita Kurma Sharira, Jai Jagadish Hare. In the Dasavatar Sroth of Jadev Goswami, he writes this thing. So, Kesava took the incarnation of Kurma, that is tortoise, and he took the Mandar mountain on his back. And now that became the basis of the Mandar mountain. And now churning began. Churning began with new enthusiasm among the demigods and the demons. And so what happens? The scratching that was occurring on the Lord's back. Lord was feeling like, somebody is scratching his back when this churning was happening on the back of the Lord. First item that came out was this poison after churning. The first item. Everybody got feared. They ran in all direction. The poison was, fuming like anything. So as they were advised, they again approached Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva came there, and for the welfare of the humanity and the mankind, Lord Shiva, he drank all the poison. Some of the poison that spilled from his hands, it was drank by the scorpions, snakes, and other poisonous, animals. And there it is being now, in the previous word to this, in 8.7.44, it is being said, Tapyante lokatapena sadhava prayaso jana. Tapyante lokatapena sadhava prayaso. Normally, saintly people, they perform austerities for the benefit of the general masses. Tapyante lokatapena sadhava prayaso jana. Saintly people normally perform austerities for the welfare of the common people. Paramaradhanam hitat hi pursasya khilatmana. And this kind of austerity, which saintly persons perform for the welfare of the humanity, is actually the worship of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Meaning, Supreme Personality of Godhead becomes very pleased by the austerity that one does for the welfare of all the people. Now see, Srila Prabhupada said that initially he, said that you should be chanting 64 rounds. But in their efforts not to be able to chant 64 rounds before devotees were giving so much of time in preaching, devotees said, Prabhupada, either we can chant 64 rounds or we can, get involved in preaching because we do not have the time otherwise. So Prabhupada said, we cannot compromise on preaching, but we will compromise on austerity of chanting. That's the austerity for the mind. And that's how we were given the grace that we can, chant 60 rounds. So this is the austerity of mind. There is three kind of austerity that is performed. And we can see even Brahmaji, he is performing austerities to carry out the orders, instructions given to him by the Lord for creation. And the Lord Shiva also performs the austerities to be able to carry out the orders or instruction or the duty what he has been interested with. Why? Because by performing austerities, we develop what? Determination. And we need to have determination in order to do anything. any material activity, spiritual activity, any endeavor that needs determination. And this is what Rupa Goswami says. Usahat, Nisyat, Dhairyat. We need to be enthusiastic, we need to be patient, and we need to have patience. Tat karm pravartana. So the austerities are very necessary. The first austerity that we have been advised by Sri Prabhupada, and topmost austerity, the austerity of the mind, that is chanting. There are other austerities, like other austerities are for the body and for the our words and for mind also. In the chapter 17, verses 14, 15 to 16. Most 14th chapter, 17th, 18th, 19th verses. What do they say? Dev duj gur pragi pujanam, socham arjavam, brahmacharyam ansam cha sariram tapa uchate. The austerities of the body include Dev duj gur pragi pujanam, worshipping the demigods, worshipping Brahmins, worshipping the spiritual master, and worshipping or paying obeisances unto a pragya, means learned person or realized person. Socham arjavam, maintaining in internal and external cleanliness. Arjavam means remaining simple in our behavior, transparent in our behavior. Brahmacharyam, maintaining celibacy, observing celibacy, and ahimsa, not becoming violent. These are the austerities of the body, and we are prescribed to do so, and we try to cultivate them. Then there is austerity of words or speech. What is anudya karam vakyam, satyam, priyam, hitam cha, swadhyay avyasanam chaye, bak mana tapa uchyate. Anudya karam vakyam is speaking those words which do not agitate others. Satyam, speaking truthful words, words that are true. Priyam, which do not which are pleasing to others. Hitam, those words which are for the welfare, for the good of others. And reading, studying the Vedic literature and hearing about the Vedic literature or narrating the Vedic literature. Abhyashanam and Swadhyaya. These are the austerities of our words, austerities of our speech. We should not be using vulgar language, abusive words, those words which are not used by civilized people. Most civilized people most civilized people are the saintly persons, and they never ever use any words which is to be spoken publicly. So we should never ever contemplate or even hear such words, because that becomes the austerity of our speech. Then there is austerity of our mind. What is the austerity of the mind? Mana prasad sometvam, monam at vinigraha. Mana prasad sometvam, monam atma vinigraha, bhav sansudhi it etat tapa manasam uchyate. 17.16. What it says in Bhagavad Gita, what Lord says, mana prasad sometvam, peacefulness, and what should we say? Monam. Monam means, remaining calm or not speaking that is not Krishna consciousness. Monam also means speaking that is only Krishna consciousness. At vinigraha, exercising self-control, and bhav sansuddhi, purifying our material existence. These are the austerities of the mind. And one major activity that we perform daily to perform austerity of the mind is actually the chanting. Traite mana iti mantra. That which delivers the mind is actually mantra. And Hare Krishna Mahamantra is Mahamantra. So it is the biggest medicine that actually delivers the mind. So this chanting is the austerity of the mind. Lord Brahma, he swallowed the water of inundation just by dint of his austerity, because he has such a determination. His austerities of 100 years, those were the most exemplary austerities performed by Lord Brahma. Lord Shiva, sometimes he sits in meditation. Sometimes for 87,000 years he sat and Bhavani was just serving him and waiting for him to come out of the meditation. Such austerities performed. We also has been advised that we perform the missionary activity of book distribution or preaching, but before that we perform austerities. Karda Muni performed austerities before entering into the Grastha ashram. Maharaj Nabi performed austerities before begetting children, and that's how Rishabdev came in his life. There are so many examples that devotees, before entering into the Grastha ashram and even before doing Garvadhan, they perform some kind of austerities. Austerities are necessary because that's how we become strengthened in our determination. And the function of intelligence is twofold. First is discrimination, second determination. If our determination is poor, but discrimination is good, still our decision will not be perfect. And if our discrimination is poor, determination is good, we may end up being a terrorist. Because terrorist has a very good determination. He wants to kill everyone, even on the cost of his life. But the discrimination is that he has chosen a very wrong way, very wrong way, very wrong, let's say path. So in order that one actually is exhibiting his complete, intelligence, one need to have good determination on good power of discrimination. Determination can be cultivated. व्यवसायत्मिका बुद्धि एक कुरनंदना बहु शाखाय अनंचास विद्यावसाय नाम भोग ऐश्वर्य प्रसक्ता नाम तया भर्तेचना व्यवसायत्मिका बुद्धि समाधून विधीयते लॉर्ड सेज इन भगवद गीता भोग ऐश्वर्य प्रसक्ता नाम those who are too attached to the material sense gratification, for them the mind or intelligence cannot be one pointed. That means there will be lack of determination. व्यवसायत्मिका बुद्धि एक कुरनंदना, the professional intelligence is only one, and those people who are intelligence is divided into many branches, they can never have a determination for one task. So for devotion we need to perform austerities also, and that's why we are prescribed keeping some fast and getting up early in the morning, and then eating whatever is offered to the Lord, and not eating too much, not eating very good items. And similarly, so many things we are advised. And these austerities of mind, austerity of the speech, austerity of the body, the program that Prabhupada has given, it almost encompasses everything. But we just, heard about austerities. So see now, very interesting thing. Just as by churning of the milk ocean, the first item appeared was the poison. Similarly, when we chant, our bead is also like, Basuki snake. Our bead is like Sarpakar. Sarpakar means it is like snake in the shape. And just as churning was happening like this, similarly we also chant first round, second round, third round, fourth round, fifth round, sixth round. So actually on the beat, we are chanting a mantra. Lord had advised the demigods to put some medicinal herbs in the milk ocean to churn it. Similarly, we have a medicinal herb of Mahamantra, Harinam Osadi. And we are churning our mind. As we know, in Treta millennium, the demigods and the demons were apart. The demons were in the forest, and Lord Rama went there and killed them. In the Dwapar, the demons and demigods, they were in one family, Kauravas and Pandavas. And in the Kali Yuga, in the present millennium, the demigods and demons are within one person. They are within us. So that's why sometime, we are under influence of a demon within ourselves, and we feel that, oh no, let's go and enjoy. And sometimes we are influenced of a demigod inside us, and he says, oh no, engage yourself in the devotional service. So the demigods and demons within also us also, when we chant, there is a kind of struggle going on. Just as the fight was going on between the demigods and demons, I know, before churning of the milk ocean. So similarly, the fight also goes within us. Within us. Just as the demons were tricked by the Lord, similarly, we need to trick our uncontrolled mind. Bandhuratmas manastas enatmev atmana jita Anat Manasu Sattvatve Bhartet Atmev Sattvat. Lord says in Bhagavad Gita 8.5 or 8.6 verse. What he says? That the uncontrolled mind is the biggest enemy of a person. And the controlled mind is the biggest friend of a person. Anyhow, one should uddharet atmana atmanam na atmanam avsadet atmev atmano bandhu atmev ripuratmana 8.5 Bhagavad Gita. Somehow or the other way, a person should try to control his mind by his intelligence, because this mind is the friend as well as the enemy of a conditioned soul. Lord says, what is the mind? The uncontrolled mind is manifestation of the lust, and lust is the original enemy in the material world, which has put us in this material world. Evam buddhe param buddhva sanstav atmanam atmanam jai satrum mahabhav kam rupam durasadam. And Lord is telling Arjuna, thus by knowing yourself, beyond the senses, you should try to control the lust, which is the biggest enemy. Before Arjun could win the, enemies, which was a very big army of the enemies on the other side, in the Kurukshetra, Lord told Arjuna that first win over or conquer the lust, the foremost and the most powerful enemy. So the lust actually is the foremost and the most powerful enemy of the living entity. And Lord, when speaking to Arjuna, he's advising that if you actually want to conquer anything, or if you want to get out of the material world or from the material entanglement, you need to conquer the lust first. Lust first. This is inevitable for us.
Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare
Gods
Krishna, Prabhu.
trick the demon. Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, your voice breaked. That's fine, Prabhu. Now it is good.
Oh, there will be some intermittent problem with the internet. Just as the demigods were tricked, demigods trick the demons. Similarly, we need to trick the mind, the lusty senses. How? Gradually. And this is what his devotion is all about. Lord Krishna is advising Uddhava in 11th canto of Bhagavatam very nicely. Lord says this, Nirvinana nam jnana yogo, nyasinam ya karmasu, tesu anmin chittanam, karma yoga to karmasu, karma yoga to kaminam. Lord is simply telling those who have still material desires of enjoyment, for them karma yoga is the best way. That you perform activities till the time you are not free from the propensity to enjoy the material world. तावत कर्माण कुर्वीत निर्विद्य तावता मत katha श्रवण आदौ वा श्रद्धा यावत न जायते. Lord is simply telling Uddhav that one should keep on performing fruitive activity till the time one does not develop the natural taste to hear about my pastimes. Till the time one does not develop the natural taste to hear about my pastimes, till that time a person should engage himself in fruitive activities and perform tavat karman kurvit nirvidya tavata, as long as he want to enjoy the material world. And Lord says also, Idraksha mat katha adau jat siddhat puman na nirmin na atisakto bhakti og asisidla. Lord tells Uddhava, when a person has developed the taste to hear about my past times, Idraksha mat katha adau jat siddhat puman na nirmin na atisakto. And when a person is not too much attached to sense enjoyment, and at the same time he is also not very much detached for sense enjoyment. For such a person, my devotional service is very appropriate way. So Lord has told three ways. One is karma yoga, that is perform fruitive activity as long as you have material desires for enjoyment, and that's why we are working in offices all there. We are earning money, and we are trying to satisfy our senses as much as we can, and by devotion we try to you know adjust it as much as we can. And for those people who are frustrated from the material sense enjoyment, as where the Americans, when Prabhupada went there, these young boys and children, they had every facility, every material facility to enjoy, and they were frustrated of the material enjoyment. And out of the frustration, they approached Prabhupada. How can we go up and up and up? And Prabhupada said that when you are under influence of the drug, you go up and up, but then you come down. But we have a process by which you can go up and up and up and only. And those, ignorant boys and girls, they just trusted the words of Prabhupada, and Prabhupada just tricked them. Prabhupada simply tricked their minds. And that's how they became very big devotees, great devotees. So it's a matter of tricking the mind. Like tricking of the mind is also compared to a horse. Lord Krishna is telling to Uddhava in Uddhav Gita. Lord is saying that when a horse is trained, then horse reins are not immediately tightened. Sometimes his reins are tightened, and sometimes his reins are free. And gradually, then the tightness is increased, and when one feels that horse is almost under our control, then he can tighten the reins of the horse very nicely. Similarly, we should be observant to our mind. Sometime we should perform austerities, get up early in the morning, perform Mangal Arati, chant our rounds nicely. And sometimes, if there are too many desires and mind is trying to agitate us, we should go a little indulgent. The here trick is also there. If you want to eat very nicely, tasty items, palatable food, then eat the food, but offer it to the Lord. Gradually, when we get higher taste, then we should not be eating those items which are not very tasty, even when offered to the Lord. We should not be wearing very attractive dresses and garments also when we have reached this stage, crossed this stage. So this is how we should increase our sankalpa, our determination, by performing austerities. And austerities should keep on increasing, like Dhruv Maharaj, after every 3 days, he was taking one plum, and then after 6 days, just only water. In the second month, in the third month, he was after 9 days, he was taking just inhaling and exhaling, and fourth month he just had a complete control even with his breath. So that's how Dhruv Maharaj increased austerity. Similarly, our determination, austerity level should be increasing day by day, day by day. Otherwise, it becomes up and down, up and down, the whole process like this. So our mind actually is like a ocean, and we need to churn it by chanting the Mahamantra, the medicinal herb given by Srila Prabhupada or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We need to churn it. And the first thing that comes out as anartha is the mode of ignorance from us. Initially, we are in the mode of ignorance, and the first thing that comes out from us is actually the false ego. We start becoming humble. A devotee start becoming humble when he takes to chanting. When he takes to chanting. And whenever we happen to go to temple of Lord Shiva, we must pray to Lord Shiva. O Lord Shiva, you are the predominant deity of mode of ignorance. Kindly take away all the ignorance that I have. Lord Shiva, if he wants, can take the whole ignorance in one way. Lord Shiva's greatness is that even he is transcendental, he gives association to all the living entities who are in the mode of ignorance, like ghosts, pretas. All these are under mode of ignorance. These ghosts are looking for an opportunity to get a body, suitable body, and that's why they are approaching Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is the father of the conditioned living beings in the material world, and Mother Parvati or Uma or Dakshayani, she is the mother of all the living entities in the material being. Living entities means conditioned living beings. So these ghosts, those who have not gotten an opportunity to get a suitable body, they are always surrounding Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva is so compassionate that he is giving them, chance for association. So Lord Shiva is such a, you know, he is such a, let's say, auspicious personality that by chanting the name of Lord Shiva, one becomes purified. And Lord Shiva, he gives everybody a chance, even the ghosts who are very, impious and who have performed very heinous, impious activities in the previous life, and that's how they committed suicide or died out of time, and they have not gotten any body. Lord Shiva is giving them chance also. He's so merciful. He's Ashutosh. He immediately becomes pleased. So here, Lord Shiva had drank the poison, and you know, he's being, praised by even Lord Vishnu, Lord Brahma. Demigods, everybody is praising. What a act Lord Shiva has done. Even Bhavani, in presence of Bhavani, he drank the poison. And they are saying, Tapyante lokutapena sadhava prayaso jana. Normally, the saintly people, they perform austerities for the welfare of the common man. Paramaradhanam tatihi purusasya akhilatmana. And this is actually the nicest way of pleasing the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Last but not the least, we have a lot of emphasis by our acharyas, starting from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all the whole Gaudiya, acharyas. They have advised us to engage in missionary work of preaching, like book distribution, Rinam Sankirtan, Nagar Sankirtan. Missionary work is very important because this is one thing which will take us back to Godhead. इत भ्राजमानम सुरचा एव सर्वतो लोकात्रय अनुभ्राजन्ते एते यत्न अब्रजन जंतसु अनुग्रह ब्रजन्ति भद्राणि चरंत ए अनिशम. This is in the fourth canto in Dhruv Maharaj story, that yatna abrajan jantasu e anugraha. To Vaikuntha planet, those people who are not compassionate, who does not show mercy on other living beings, they do not become qualified to go to Vaikuntha planet. Only those who are showing mercy on other living beings become qualified to go to Vaikuntha planets. So that's why Prabhupada has said that show mercy. Prahlad Maharaj also said the same thing to his, classmates when he was preaching Krishna consciousness in his school. Prahlad Maharaj also said the same thing, that we should be compassionate to the living beings. And even when Lord Nrsimhadev appeared before Prahlad Maharaj is praying and saying, Na eva dujje paradut vetranya, tot bir gayan maha amrit magna chitta, soche tato vimukchesa indri artha, maya sukhay udvato vimudan. Oh my Lord, I am not at all fearful of the material world. Normally, we are fearful of the material world because padam padam vipadam nitesam. Any problem can come out or manifest here anytime. We know. Padam padam vipadam nitesam. Krishna Krishna Mahavaho Bhaktyanam Avyankara Toyameko Dayamananam. Arjuna is approaching when Aswastama is releasing the Brahmastra. And same Brahmastra when Uttara is seeing, sees also Pai Pai Mahayogin Deva Deva Jagatpate. Please. Pasyat Mritu Parasparam. I am seeing death at every step in the material world. So the description of the material world is that there is risk, danger, and death at every step. But Prahlad Maharaj is saying, I am not afraid of this material world. I simply am worried. I am simply concerned about those who think the material world is a place of enjoyment. And just for the very just for the material happiness, they are working like donkeys day and night. Maya Sukhai Udbhatu Bimuna. For these foolish people, I want to stay here for any span of time, but I'm not fearful of material world at all. I want to simply ensure that they also get freed from the material entanglement. So this is actual hurt of a Vaishnav, what Prahlad Maharaj. And we are actually following the mood of Prahlad Maharaj. This is what Maharaj has told us. Eat meat but preach, Prabhupada said. Somebody said, I cannot go to China, Prabhupada, I will not get prasadam there. There is only meat, meat, meat. Prabhupada even said, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj said, these Mayavadis, if they are willing to hear my lecture, I can serve them feast of meat. But they should hear me. Because he was so confident, if they at all hear me, Bhakti Saraswati Maharaj, he was confident they will stop eating meat. So preaching is the essence. Purity is the force. And purity comes from austerity. And the biggest austerity is the chanting of the holy name for us. Books are the basis. That's all, devotees. Thank you all very much for hearing so nicely and so randomly. If there are any corrections and comments, you may kindly make it, or
Okay.
any question.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, such a wonderful class, Prabhu. Very practical points. And the essence is that chanting is the purifies us, and then we have to control our mind, and then association. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Dear devotees, if you have any questions, please go ahead and raise your hands or unmute yourself and ask.
Yes, bro. Yes,
Yes.
John. Yeah, you can ask, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandana Pranam, and all glories to assembled devotees. Actually, my name is Janava Devidasi. It's just on my
Yes,
Zoom.
please. Always.
Prabhu, you mentioned earlier, and I wanted to clarify just to make sure I heard you correctly, that when we are in the process of controlling the mind, did I hear you correctly that sometimes we need to ease off because you liken it to to something about the horse analogy. Sometimes you were saying that we we perform austerity, but then sometimes we let we let the mind do what it wants, so it's not overly controlled. So until we get to a point where we can actually control that a little bit. Can you clarify that a little bit? So are you saying that so we can still enjoy a little bit so that we don't feel as controlled? Do you remember what you said about allowing ourselves for a little bit of enjoyment, like in karma yoga, until we get to that point?
Okay. Nice question, Mataji. In fact, we need to evaluate our situation. And there are different standards for different stages of the devotees. Like when we come initially into Krishna consciousness in the very beginning, and at that time, we are not in a position even to observe Ekadasis. We do not do. And we are not even in a position to even chant 16 rounds in one go. And we are not even chanting, many of us do not take to 16 rounds of chanting in one go. Some start with 1 round, some start with 2 rounds, and some start with 4 rounds, and then maintain it, then increase it, and then we somehow reach to 12 rounds, then they increase to 16 rounds, and then they maintain it. So, I mean, it's just like this that if somehow or other way, let's say we take it very seriously and we say that we will chant 16 rounds from today, nice if we can, nice if one can, but what happens? Mind can revolt. Mind can revolt just like a horse. So the better part is that we give it a balance, instruction. I mean, like sometimes there is so much of impetus of demands of the senses. Then is a time we need to think. Like if you want to eat some palatable food, It's better to go to Govinda, and it's better to cook something very tasty at home, but offer to the Lord. This is one compromise. Eating tasty food is a one compromise. But even when if there are urges to go out and eat in the restaurants, let's say, then instead of eating non-veg or let's say onion, garlic, all this, we once in a while let's say eat. But it is the situation state when we are in the beginning stage. But if we are able to control ourselves, if mind is not agitating ourselves, if the senses are not agitating ourselves, then better we increase the level of our austerities further. Because the austerities have to go very high. They have to go very high in the course of time. So sometimes when they're demand, we need not give in, but at the same time, we need not press very hard also. This is what I want to say.
Yeah, thank you so much, Prabhu. I feel like this lecture was so necessary for me because I think I've reached that part where my mind is like rebelling. So I definitely appreciate your lecture today. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisances. Glorious to Srila Prabhupada. Very nice class. Thank you very much. I have a question. The creatures like scorpions got poison only after Samudra Mantana Leela?
Actually, they were created by Brahmaji in the beginning of the creation. So they were poisonous and they are called Dantasul. 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 And they had poison, but these are the creatures who drank poison when it is spilled from the palms of Lord Shiva. Like other creatures will not drink poison. They cannot digest it. Any creature which is not poisonous in nature, he cannot digest poison. So these are the poisonous creatures like scorpions and even dogs are written there. And like snakes, they can digest poison and they drank the poison that was spilled from palms of Lord Shiva. But they are actually the original creation of Lord Brahma. So they exist before that. And they are poisonous before that. Yes.
I'm trying to see if anybody has raised hands, Prabhu. Dear devotees, if you have any questions, please go ahead and
Either question or comment, please.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Please accept humble obeisance or goes to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Wonderful class, and thank you so much for your time and association. I like the analogy you give, like a snake makes the friendship with mouse, like
Yeah.
for taking advantage from him. So like that.
Yeah. This is there. This is there in the verse itself. I musik bat deva. I musik. I means like snake and musik means like mouse. But deva. The demigods approach the demons. It is there in the verse itself.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Wonderful class.
Welcome, Mataji. Thank you all. Thank you. All glories. All glories.
All glories. Bala Prabhu, please go ahead.
You have some question?
Thank you, Prabhuji. A wonderful class.
Yes, Bala.
Prabhuji, that is, even Prabhupada also mentioned that in his discussions with the senior devotees, like we were like how snake, how the rat makes the nice hole for snakes to come in.
Yeah.
And takes that shelter and that hole and also eats the rat, right? So, I mean, in that sense, how do we, as a Vaishnava, as a devotee, aspiring devotee, have that attitude so that we can lead people to Krishna, from that example? I don't know.
I could not hear the last line.
What
do you say? How?
Yeah.
Say
Sorry.
again. How do we?
How do we have, even though there is really, in some sense, that looks like it is not good, right? Go and get the occupy other person's place for Krishna's sake. How do devotee have that when we distribute literature how our mood has to be from that verse you quoted.
Ayamusik Bak Deva.
Yes.
We should be friendly to them.
Yes, as a snake, as a
Okay. I got it. I got what to say. Actually, tricking, tricking has many ways. Like Krishna used to trick the gopis. When he used to go for stealing the butter, what he used to do? He used to free the capes of the cows, and he used to go inside the gopis' house and say that, oh, your cow, your cape is free now and is drinking the whole milk. And the gopis used to go out, and then Krishna used to steal butter by entering the house of the gopis who were protecting the butter. So the tricking is, is many way affair, like, the common mundane person, how to trick him, like how to allure him to take the book somehow, or how to somehow get him a chance to visit our temple sometime, eat some prasadam sometime. Yeah, how to trick him to take association of the devotees, how to trick him to use his, reading habit to read some Prabhupada literature, how to trick him to, give him some Prabhupada literature. So these are the instantaneous, you know, uh, let's say tricking tricks we can use or people use normally. But what Prabhupada has said is purity is the force. Devotees sometimes approach Prabhupada and they said that, Prabhupada, what is one instruction that you want to give me that will please you the most? They were thinking that Prabhupada will say, go and distribute the books everywhere. But Prabhupada said otherwise. Prabhupada said, chant 16 rounds in one sitting. Why? Because Prabhupada wanted his disciples to be pure. Purity is the force. So, meaning why, if we are pure in our, consciousness, then there will be more acceptance among them. But here, my emphasis was more on, tricking the mind, which is the manifestation of the lust. Tricking the mind, because it's all the time, creating trouble for us. सुख दुख प्रदोन अन्य पुरुष आत्म विभ्रमा मित्र दासीन रिपो संसार तमसा कृत. In this material world, there is no other enemy, or there is nothing big problem. It is simply because of misunderstanding, and this misunderstanding is due to the uncontrolled mind. Somebody we think as enemy, somebody we think as friend. It is just because of atma vibrama. It's just because of the wavering mind. So tricking the mind is important, because like mind may give us so many proposals to do so many things, but all the time we must be busy, we must be, observant as how we can dovetail this demand of the mind in a Krishna conscious way. How can we fulfill this demand of the mind in a Krishna conscious way?
Yeah.
Like normally our tongue wants to eat, palatable food, as we know. So we should try to see how much we can dovetail, but at the same time, when it comes to Ekadasi and the Krishna Janmashtami and Ramanavami, we should fast also, because there we get the mercy of the Lord, and there how we gradually, develop some, distress for the otherwise, very enjoyable palatable food. Because Lord says to the, the Gita, Tavat Jitindriyo Nasat, Bijit An Indriyo Paman, Najayat Rasnam Yavat, Jitam Sarvam Jite Rase. Lord is telling Uddhava that as long as you are not able to control your tongue, that long all your control in the senses is simply on a very false foundation. The building can collapse anytime. Lord says the tongue has to be controlled ultimately. And tongue is the one sense which can be engaged in two kind of activities, chanting and eating. So we chant Lord's name and we eat only Lord's prasadam. Prabhupada has said this thing, and that's how we can dovetail other senses also and mind also. It is tricking the mind, bro. It's tricking the mind. How do we trick our mind? And actually, we have tried to trick our mind only. Prabhupada tricked all the young boys and young girls. They were not knowing that it's going to be such a hard struggle for them, but it was a sweet struggle for them, actually. Actually, it came out to be a sweet struggle for them, but it was a struggle. Those girls and boys who were otherwise, very casual in their eating, sleeping, or getting up, they were never thinking that they will have to get their heads also shaven sometime, and they will have to get up early in the morning. They will have to take bath, which they were otherwise not taking. They will have to abstain from illicit relationship, which they were not otherwise doing, and they will have to control. They have to eat very controlled food, and then some of them even came to India and lived with Prabhupada in a very uncomfortable situations. And how it could happen? Well, one was Prabhupada's mercy, and second was their faith in Prabhupada's words also, and it was Prabhupada's purity also.
Yeah.
Prabhupada actually tricked them. Prabhupada actually tricked them. So first we need to trick our mind, then we can trick the material people so that they accept the Krishna conscious literature and Krishna conscious programs.
Really.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Jai Srila Prabhupada. I don't see any more questions or raised hands.
Okay, so we can wind up the class.
Yeah.
So in that sense, when we first we have to have a purity of mind. From that sense, you can have approaching the people that way. Otherwise, it'll be tough, right? People can understand you. You won't have right consciousness. That's my understanding from your explanation, right, Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhuji. In fact, we need to have a right consciousness to approach people. What happens? Normally, when I or you approach a person to sell a book, or let's say to with any proposal on any, let's say, railway platform, or let's say airport or any place, if we approach a person with a book,
Yeah.
the first reaction he will have to defend himself. Any person you go or you approach from your side, nobody is going to welcome you because he knows, when a beggar comes to us, our first reaction is to avoid him.
Yeah.
Nobody is going to embrace a beggar. So we are actually begging to buy our books. And whenever when we approach a person to buy a book, let's say, that person is going to defend himself. First reaction will be how to defend. But if our aura, if our look, feel, everything is a saintly person's that is pure in look, the person will not feel fearful. Because the least fearful is a sadhu, is a saintly person. And the most fearful is a demonic person. So if we are looking our demonic, if we look demonic, the person will run away. He will try to defend himself, protect himself. So from a saintly person, because this is also said in Bhagavatam, Daridrasya Yujante Sadhava Samdarshana. The saintly person associate with the poor person. So easily. And poor person or rich person, they welcome a saintly person because saintly person seems to be the least harming person. So that's what the purity Prabhupada, want to tell that if we become austere in our actions and we look pure, then people will not run away from us. They will be willing to accept the solution.
Exactly.
The purity also means, it is reflected in our face in the form of a mode of goodness. Eh? A devotee is cheerful in his look. He does not look morose.
Yeah.
Isn't it? So he looks cheerful. So a person wants to meet or let's say welcome a person who's cheerful because he wants to know as how he is cheerful.
I see.
So we have to enthusiastic, we have to cheerful, we don't have to be morose, This is what Prabhupada said.
Yeah.
And this comes only when we perform good austerity. Good austerity. That's chanting. Okay, Prabhu. John Mataji.
Okay.
Janvi Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna again. I was hoping if you could give me an advice. Here's what had happened. For 50 days, I was chanting consistently, and then I got sick and went into this kind of depression. But amidst all that depression, I was still chanting, and I was, really diligent. And it's almost like my ego attached to the idea. I'm not going to fall down. I'm going to chant my 16 rounds. And then just out of the blue, literally a couple of days. That's why I'm not even thinking that this is an accident that I end up in your class, because I needed to hear your class at all. Thank you, Lord Krishna, for this. And then just a couple of days ago, I couldn't finish my round, which is so weird because it's such a muscle memory now for me to chant, at least. I'm not saying that I chant perfectly. And then yesterday, I did not chant at all. And then my mind started saying to me, "You're a demon now." Didn't Prabhupada say that you're not a human being at all? If you don't finish your 16th round, this is what happened. You fall down. You're no longer in the grace of your guru. It's all of a sudden this came into my mind, and then I couldn't chant. So my question to you, Prabhu, is is it is it possible that as you're trying so hard to get closer to, say, to to be in a saintly behavior or to go back to Godhead, is this a challenge that is on the path of a new fight, that this really truly happens? Is this part of the process? And then two, how do we overcome that? Because I don't want to keep beating myself up. I just feel like, okay, do I just, refresh again, start again, and chant again? Because sometimes my mind tells me, no, in order for you to start, you better chant 32 rounds to make up for the day that you lost. How do we approach this as a neophyte? Like, how do I overcome this? Because I'm kind of starting to feel bad that I didn't chant yesterday. And then the other day, and for 50 days, I was consistent. Does this really happen on the path? Is my question, Prabhu.
Okay. See, what happens, we need to understand one thing. If we live a material life, there is material struggle. And if we are pursuing spiritual life, there is also a struggle. But the material struggle is very hard struggle. But the spiritual struggle is very sweet struggle. When we are among the devotees, first thing. Second thing, we need to understand that our struggle is the process. And our struggle first manifests in the form of struggle for chanting. And we need to have firm faith. How firm faith? We see so many senior devotees, so many acharyas, so many brahmacharis and sannyasis and Prabhupada. When Prabhupada reached America first time in Boston, and Prabhupada wrote a poem there and prayers to the Lord, he wrote there only one thing, that I have simply faith in your name. And why Prabhupada's faith in holy name, Prabhupada did the whole, change in this, in 11 years of his, preaching only. So we need to have faith in the holy name of the Lord and understand that this holy name is non-different from Krishna. And we need to understand that we are actually in a very suffering stage in the material world. I may be healthy today. I may be in good state of health, wealth, family today. But going by the happenings around the world, neither I will always remain healthy, nor I will always remain young, nor all my family members will always be with me, and nor I will always be able to use my wealth to the best of my, sense gratification. We should know this thing. Course of time, everything is going to change. And even we are going to meet the death also. Lord Krishna is advising Uddhav in Uddhav Gita, Ahoratre Chiddimanam Buddha Ayvai Bepatu Mukta Sang Param Buddha Niriyup Samyati. Ahoratre. One should understand that the tree of one's human life is being cut by snake of time, day and night, every moment. We should know this thing. This tree of human life or human body is being cut by snake of time. The time is cutting, killing. And if we actually understand, actually we are, all of us are approaching death only. One day that end will come for sure. What next? Is it sure that we will be born as human beings? Not sure. Is it sure that we will be born, even among the animals? Not sure. We are not sure whether we will be born as, let's say we take to the name of the scorpions, snakes, or creepers, or let's say about the trees, or about the animals, or among the humans. We are not sure. But Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that if somebody is becoming my devotee, and becoming devotee means chanting holy name of the Lord. Chanting holy name is the, Kali Yuga dharma. नाम बिनु कलिकाले नहीं और धर्म सर्व मंत्र सार नाम यही शास्त्र मर. The only religion, a bona fide religion for the people in the age of Kali is chanting of the holy name, because holy name is the essence of all scriptures, and it is the Hare Krishna Mahamantra is the essence of all mantras. So if anybody is trying to become devotee of the Lord, that person is guaranteed, a human birth in next life. Or even he may get a birth in the, heavenly planet. And after enjoying heavenly planets, he may come down and may be born in aristocratic families or in very righteous families, and there he can continue his, spiritual practices further. And Krishna says that even if my devotee is engaging in so many abominable activities, let's say, but if he somehow or other be trying to practice my devotion, that person should be given the benefit of doubt that he should be treated as a devotee. अप चेत सुदुराचारो भजते मामनन्वाक साधुवे वसमंतव्य सम्यक व्यस्त क्षिप्रम भवति धर्मात्मा सशांति निगच्छति कौन्ते प्रतिजानी नमे भवति प्रणश्यति. Krishna is declaring, Krishna is asking Arjuna to declare there is never a fall down for my devotee. Fall down means fall down in the lower species of life. So, by understanding Vedic literature, we need to understand the implication of also following the Vedic scriptures and not following the Vedic scriptures. What if we do not practice devotional service? We should ask ourselves, Mataji, what if I don't chant? I am not even a civilized human being, as Prabhupada said. As you rightly quoted, Prabhupada said that if I am not chanting, I am not even a civilized human being. But we have a facility. We have a very easy facility that I can chant and I can become a civilized human being. And that chanting is simply little struggle. Yes. Rup Goswami says, just as a person suffering from jaundice, he does not taste sweet things as sweet, but simply by eating those sweet things, he gets rid of the jaundice disease and he starts tasting the sweetness of the sugar. Similarly, we are in the material world suffering with jaundice disease. The names of the Lord are very sweet, but we do not enjoy them because we are suffering with jaundice disease. But why, just as a jaundice disease is cured by eating the sweet things only, sweet candy only, similarly, gradually, by attentively chanting the holy name of the Lord, we will develop a taste for the chanting. And when we develop taste for chanting, then chanting will not be a struggle and we will never ever give up or leave it. Rup Goswami says, Tat Anudinam Adarat. Anudinam Adarat. Rup Goswami says one thing. Anudinam means every day. If somebody, every day, Adarat means with respect. With respect means with attention. If somebody attentively chants the holy name regularly daily, the holy name becomes very tasty for him. One way of making chanting easier is attentive chanting. We spare time for chanting. This 1.5 hours or 2 hours or 1 hour, whatsoever time we are able to spare, is for chanting. And we tell our mind before we sit for chanting, this time is for chanting, for no other business. And that time we attentively chant the holy name of the Lord, and this struggle become a sweet struggle. If at all we find very difficult, we better take a placard on which the holy name is written and we simply read it faster. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare. We simply read it and chant, keep on chanting. Even then we will develop the taste. When we come across such situations, we are told, when we also report such situations, let's say we are told by sinners, we were told by sinners in the past that was there any day we forgot to eat, we forgot to sleep, we forgot to take baths? We didn't. The way we do not forget to eat or sleep, similarly, why do we forget to, chant?
Sure. Yeah.
Why do we give, give up chanting? If at all we take this as important as eating, the food for the body is actually the gross food which we eat, prasadam. But the food for the soul is chanting. So we are giving food to the body, but not to the soul. So the soul needs daily food, Mataji, daily food. And let me tell you, last but not the least, The more we are in the association of devotees, the chanting will become easier. The more
Yes,
we
Prabhu.
hear, the more we hear, the more we take association of devotees, the more we avoid the materialistic people, the chanting will become a very sweet journey. Very sweet journey.
Yes,
So
Prabhu.
these are the ways and means what I feel like.
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna.
All the best.
I think I don't see any other questions.
Okay,
Let's
so we
pay
can
our
close the
obeisances,
session.
Prabhu. Please accept my humble obeisances. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya vacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo
वैष्णवेभ्यो
namo
नमो
namo
नमः
namaः. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की
वैष्णव
जय.
वृंद की
श्रीमद
जय
की
श्री
जय.
प्रभुपाद
श्रीमद भागवत की जय.
जय
श्रीमद भागवत की जय.
जय
His
जय।
Grace Haridas Thakur Prabhu
ठाकुर
जी
प्रभु जी
की
की
जय.
जय
Hari
ठाकुर
Bol.
Hare
प्रभु
Krishna
जी
Prabhu
हरि
ji,
Bol.
Dandavat
कृष्णा
Pranam.
Radhe
Very
Radhe.
nice class, Prabhuji.
नित्यानंदा
Hari Hari
Hare
Bol.
Krishna.
Hari Hari Bol.
Hare
Hari
Krishna.
Bol.
Hare Krishna.
Radhe
All
Radhe.
good.
Radhe Radhe.
Radhe
Hari
Radhe.
Bol.
Radhe
Hare
Radhe.
Krishna. Thank you, dear devotees, for joining today's class. We'll close the call for today. We'll meet again tomorrow. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.